TikTok today asked the Supreme Court to step in on an emergency basis to block the federal law that would ban the popular platform in the United States unless its China-based parent company agreed to sell it. Lawyers for the company and China-based ByteDance urged the justices to stop or step in before the law's January 19th deadline. A similar plea was filed by content creators who rely on the platform for income and some of TikTok's more than 170 million users in the US. A modest delay in enforcing the act will create breathing room for this court to conduct an orderly review and the new administration to evaluate this matter before this vital channel for Americans to communicate with their fellow citizens and the world is closed, lawyers for the company told the Supreme Court. President-elect Donald Trump, who once supported a ban, but then pledged during the campaign to save TikTok, said his administration would take a look at the situation. As you know, I have a warm spot in my heart for TikTok, Trump said during the news conference at his Mar-a-Lago club in Florida. His campaign saw the platform as a way to reach younger, less politically engaged voters. Trump was meeting with TikTok CEO Xiaozi Qiu at Mar-a-Lago on Monday, according to two people familiar with the president-elect's plans who were not authorized to speak publicly about them and spoke to the Associated Press on a condition of anonymity. The companies have said that a shutdown lasting just a month would cause TikTok to lose about a third of its daily users in the United States and significant advertising revenue. The case would attract the court's interest because it pits free speech rights against the government's stated aims of protecting national security, while raising novel issues with social media platforms. The request first goes to the Chief Justice Roberts, who oversees emergency appeals from the court in the nation's capital. He almost certainly will seek input from all 9 justices. On Friday, a panel of federal judges in the United States Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit denied an emergency plea to block the law, a procedural ruling that allowed the case to move to the Supreme Court. The same panel have early unanimously upheld the law over a First Amendment challenge claiming that it violated free speech rights. Without the court-ordered freeze, the law would take effect on January 19th and expose app stores that offer TikTok and internet hosting services that support it potentially fines. Wow. It would be up to the Justice Department to enforce the law, investigating possible violations and seek sanctions, but lawyers for TikToks and ByteDance have argued that Trump's Justice Department might pause enforcement or otherwise seek to mitigate the law's most severe consequences. Trump takes office a day after the law goes into effect. The Supreme Court could temporarily put the law on hold so that the justices could give a fuller consideration to the First Amendment and other issues. They also could quickly schedule arguments and try to render a decision by January 19th. On the other hand, the High Court could reject the emergency appeal, which would allow the law to take effect as scheduled. With that prospect in mind, the company's lawyers asked for a ruling on their emergency request by January 6th because they need time to coordinate with their service providers to perform the complex task of shutting down TikTok's platform only in the United States. The case has made a relatively quick trip through the courts once bipartisan majorities in Congress approved the law and President Joe Biden signed it in April. Wow. So January 19th, TikTok is going to be banned. unless this emergency basis to block that law, just for the time being, I think what they're trying to do is, because Biden signed it in April, I think they're trying to get Trump to veto it. That's the only thing that makes sense here. And I'm not entirely sure which way Trump is going to go. Very interesting. Please let me know in the comment section how you feel about this. And do the like thing if you can. Try to subscribe. I know it's annoying to click that bell icon, but it really does help. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.